are learning in Core Java Part 1, which is a very nice thing. I see many students practicing and posting all their practices in the group, which is very inspiring. And I urge the other students also to take them as an inspiration and complete all these things, because only when you practice either on a piece of paper, which means in the notebook, or in a computer, you will gain more confidence than just hearing to the classes that we take every morning. So with this, maybe I will try to calm it down. So we have started the meeting. So today our class is mainly concentrated on, give me 1 second. Yeah, today we are going to concentrate majorly on learning a new tool, as part of our programming. And from now on, I'll be using this software, which we call as Intellij IDEA. Okay, this software I'll be using for coding from now on, from today onwards. Till now, what did we use? We used, we used, uh, we used Notepad++, right? We used Notepad++. I told you, why do we need to upgrade from Notepad to Notepad++, right? So here you can see class is coming in some blue color, and then whenever I comment a line, it is coming in green color. When I'm trying to create a new object, this new is coming in the dark blue color, and whatever is coming inside the double quotes is coming in gray color. So it is like a visual treat to your eyes, right? The moment you see this, okay, this, I mean, you can differentiate between the keywords and everything in the Java program. Okay, so this is some value addition that has been done to you while coding. But what are the drawbacks of using Notepad++? So if you remember, we have written so many classes till now. So let me go to my desktop. I'll go to Mercy 2025. So you see how many classes or how many files that we have written. From the first, we have written all these classes. Okay, all these classes, I mean, .java files, and there are various .class files as well. And we have some other folders as well. We have written all these, right? And we have written the multiple classes. So we have written all these classes, all these Java classes using IntelliJ. But if you remember, one drawback or one pain point is we have to write the same thing every time, again and again and again. Like, I would like to say public static void main string array of args. Every day I write the same piece of code, right? System.out.println. Every day I write the same piece of code. So is there any shortcut to do the commonly used actions? Is there any shortcut to do the commonly used actions? This is one use case where IDE comes into picture. What is an IDE? IDE. So IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. Okay, so this is integrated development environment. Intellij is telling that I am an IDE, which means you're trying to do the development of Java using this particular software. So how do you download this software? How do you install this software? How do you download this software? How do you install this software? Maybe I'll be giving you the notes. For the same, but I would like to launch, IntelliJ. I'd like to launch IntelliJ, okay, which is already installed in my system. Okay, so let me give me a second. It's it. Okay, so which is already installed in my system. So how do I do? Once I do. So how do I launch IntelliJ? I just go to this Windows. I just go to this Windows and search for IntelliJ and then search for IntelliJ. So I'll just go here, say, or I think it's taking a lot of time. Let me go to my task manager, and in the task manager, what I want to do is I want to, maybe I'll reduce the number of applications, close this. So I have this IntelliJ that is already running. I want to close this. So I think I closed this. So let's go to, I want to close my WhatsApp as well. Okay, so I just want to free up some memory. I'm not sure if that is the reason why it is getting stuck. Okay, so I want to launch IntelliJ. For that, I would come to this Windows icon and I search for IntelliJ. IntelliJ. So this is IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition. So we are using a Community Edition, by the way. Okay, we are using Community Edition. So what is Community Edition? It is a free version. There is a paid version as well, but as of now, nobody needs to pay anything. Let's use the free version itself. And in future, if you like the features of this particular software, not in very near future, but in your day-to-day life, if you really want the ultimate edition features, then you can pay the fee and then you can proceed further. But right now, even after having so many years of experience, even I personally use a community edition. So you need not even think of upgrading it to ultimate edition until unless there is a strong reason. Okay, so I will come here and I will search for Intellij. So we have this Intellij IDEA Community Edition. Okay, so let me click here. Let me click here. Maybe I'll do it once more. So it's not coming up. Okay, it's coming up. So you can see this. You can see this. There is this JetBrains, right? IntelliJ IDEA is developed by a software company which is called as JetBrains, and here we have this Community Edition 2024.1. This is the version that I am using. This is the version that I am using, which is fine. So let me go here and I'd like to write that. Okay. JetBrains. Okay. Company owning IntelliJ. This is the company that is owning IntelliJ. IntelliJ is a software that is developed by a company called JetBrains. Okay. So here, what I would like to do is, this is my older one. I want to create a new project. Okay. I want to create a new project. So how do I do? I will, students, please follow these steps. By the way, I will be sharing a notes to you, which contains all these shortcuts. So if you are not able to understand a few shortcuts, then no problem. Since I'll be sharing the notes with you, we all will be on the same page after our today's class. Okay. So please fully concentrate on what I'm trying to do over here. There is this three or four dots or four lines at the top. So what I'll do is I will get to file. I'll click on new and then project. File, new project, file, new project. So it is file. Okay, so inside this, maybe I would like to call my project as Mercy Core Java 2025. Okay, Mercy Core Java 2025. I want to create a project like this, and when I click on create, it is trying to create a new project for me. Okay, it is asking me, do you want to open the newly created project here or in a new window? So I want to open it in a new window, right? I have clicked on opening in a new window. So in this way, the project got created and it is loading so that we can see it is loading so that we can see the project that got created. So let it format. And now some code is given here by default. Let's say maybe I do not want this main file. I just want to delete this one. I just want to delete this one. Okay. I would like to say right click and delete. Okay. I just want to delete this one and that's it. So now I have a clean project. There is no auto generated code or anything till now. So what I did, I would like to write it down over here. File, new project. I want to call it as Mercy 2025. What is my project name? Second. Mercy Core Java 2025, right? This is my Mercy Core Java 2025. Core Java 2025. Okay. So this is my project. Okay, that I create. Now, where is this project created, sir? If you ask me, so I'll say I just click over here and say right click. So you have this option called open in, right? You have this option called open in. And when I click on Explorer, it will take me to the place where this project got created. So I have a D drive and I have a folder called Mercy. I have a folder called Intellij, and inside that I have Mercy Core Java 2025, which got created on 26/02/2025, 7:51, right? This is very recently created project. Now, when I go here inside this, is there anything that got created? There is something called some git ignore, which I will be telling you what it is in the further classes. But there is nothing. There is nothing. Only one src folder that got auto-generated and that .git ignore file that got auto-generated. So this is very good. This is very good because we are able to create one new project in Intellij. Sir, what are we going to do after we created a new project? Students, if you remember, what was our first Java program? Let me go to desktop, Mercy 2025. I'm clicking on date modified. And if you see, I have my first program, right? I want to open my first program. So here I'm clicking on my first program. What is my first program? Class, my first program, public static void main string array of args, system.out.println, my first Java program. I learned it today. And everyone was very happy when we were able to see the output of this one. Right? So what I want to do is, I want to do the same experience once more. I want to take the same experience once more. Give me a second. So I want to do something similar just once more. So what I want to do is, I would like to go here. This is Mercy 2025, my first program, right? My first program. So inside this, maybe I want to create a new folder. I'd like to say first program. Okay, I want to say first program. So inside this first program, I want to create my first program once more. What is the thing? How do I need to do it? I'd like to say Control N. We will open a new file. So I would click on language J Java. So here what I'll say is class my first program. Okay. Open parenthesis, open curly brace, closed curly brace. So here what I need to do is I'd like to say main public static void main. So inside this, what I need to do, string array of arguments. So when I do this, I'll open my curly brace again, close my curly brace again. So here what I want to do, I want to print system.out.println. System.out.println. So what do I need to print? I'd like to print my first Java program. So inside this, I want to write something like this. I want to write something like this. I am using Notepad plus plus. Okay. I'm using Notepad plus plus. So I have a program here, right? I have a main method here. I'm printing 2 lines here. What are the steps for us to compile it and run it? We have already seen this. I want to copy my class file, copy my class name, copy my class name. I say Control S. When I say Control S, so here in Mercy 2025, I have a folder called my first program, right? So I want to paste this and say .java, right? .java. So I want to save this. So what happens when I do this? A .java file that gets created, which is very good, that we have been seeing since the day one. So I want to say CMD. So when I say CMD, a command prompt that gets opened, and what is the command for us to compile it? It is Java C class name dot Java. We know everything, and we have been doing the same thing since the day one. But I'm repeating these steps to actually tell you how different it is from us doing the same steps in Intellij. So now we have compiled it. Now what is the way to run this? It is Java, my first program. And you can see that we are able to print my first program, and then I'm using Notepad, which is very good. Now, what happened in our folder? A dot class file also got generated, which is the same thing that we have been doing since our day one. Now, sir, how different is it to create my first program in Intellij? Let me close the old one. And then use only this one. So how different is it? Of creating my first program in Intellij? So what do I need to do? Here I have SRC, right? SRC is nothing but source code folder. It is source folder. So I have this SRC. Sorry. I have this SRC. I'll say right click, new Java class. Right click, new Java class. Let me write the creating new file, creating new Java file. So what you need to do, SRC. On SRC, you have to do the right click, say new Java. Okay, so you have to right click and say new Java file. So by this, you can create a new Java file. That is what it says. Okay, so what we did, I'd like to repeat these steps. Right click, new Java class. Maybe I'd like to do the same over here. New Java class. Okay, new Java class. So here, what I want to do is I want to say my first program. My first program. Right? And it is a class. It is not an interface or a record or an enum or an annotation. It's not like that. It is a dot class. And then I have to just click on enter. When I click on enter, see what happens? A .java file got created. By the way, I need not write class and my class name. I need not write anything like this. I need not write anything like this. Previously in Notepad, I only have to write class, my first program, right? But I did not write, the class name over here. I did not write the class name over here. That is one good thing that already happened to me. Sir, why did a public got inserted? That is the default behavior of IntelliJ. But we'll be discussing about all the public, private, protected, default, all these access modifiers in our upcoming classes. So don't worry about it. So here, what happened is instead of me writing, public class, my first program, open parenthesis, open curly braces, close curly braces, instead of me writing all this code is auto-generated. This code, this code is generated automatically. Sir, how about saving it? Let me go to this program, right click, open in Explorer. When I go to the Explorer, when I go to the Explorer, when I go to the Explorer, you can see on 801, you can see on 801, it got created in Mercy 2025 in the SRC folder. In the SRC folder, my first program.java file is already created. I need not even save it once more. So which means I'm able to do at least till here. Now, what is the next step that we did in Notepad++? So it is writing the main method, right? It is public static void main string array of args, right? Let me write it. By the way, the good thing of using IntelliJ or any IDE is there are some shortcuts. Or IntelliJ says, "Oh, you want to create a main file? Let me help with you. Do you want system.out.println statement printing? Let me help that for you." So actually, it says all that. So for that, what I want to do is I just want to type main. Okay, I just want to type main. Give me a second. So I just want to type main. So, or maybe I'll just say main. So main. When I type, it is saying, do you want to create a method called main? Right? I will just click over here. I just click over here. And you can see, to my surprise, public static void main string array of args. This got auto-generated. Public static void means string array of args. This is getting auto-generated. The point is, I have my first program, which is all fine. So public static void main string array of args. Even this I'm not able to, or I need not write. I need not write. Even this I need not write. So I would like to save this till now. Now I have one more shortcut. I have one more shortcut where my main file also got generated. So what is the next one, sir? What is the next one, sir? Next one is system.out.println, my first Java program. Let me go here. Let me go here. I want to, I want to write system.out.println, right? For this, or maybe let me write it over here. Main. So you have to, when you just type main, you'll get a suggestion and you have to double click on that suggestion so that the main method gets inserted over here. So here I want to now print system.out.println statement. So for that, I would need to just type SOUT. Okay. I would like to just print SOUT. When you say SOUT, there are some suggestions. There are some suggestions. I want to click on the first suggestion. I want to click on this first suggestion. And by the way, you can see system.out.println, this got also generated. This got also generated. Previously, I had to write all this statement. I had to write all this statement, but now this got auto-generated with this system.out.println. So what do I need to do? I want to say maybe I'll copy it from here, my first Java program, right? I want to say my first Java program. I'm pasting it inside my first Java program, my first Java program. Now, there is one more line. There is one more line. I should say system.out.println, I'm using Notepad++. I'm using Notepad++. But in our case, what are we using? We are using IntelliJ, right? So let me write the shortcut for this. Let me write the shortcut for this. I'll say SOUT system.out.println select first suggestion. Okay, select first suggestion. When you say system.out.println, so for that SOUT is the shortcut. Is the shortcut. Now I want to write the same line number 3 once more. I have to write the same line number 3 once more. I want to write the same line number 3 once more. For that, when I press on Control and click on D, you see this got duplicated. The same line got inserted. The same line got inserted on line number 4 as well, on line number 4 as well. The same line got inserted on line number 4 as well. So Control D is a duplicate line. So Control plus D. When you do this, same line, the next line, or I can say duplicate line. Okay, so I will say duplicate line, right? So here, what I want to do, I want to copy. I'm using Notepad++. Instead of I'm using Notepad++, I would like to say I'm using IntelliJ idea. Okay, what am I using here? I'm using IntelliJ IDEA. I'm using IntelliJ IDEA. Sir, we are able to write code faster now. We are able to auto-generate the main method. We are able to auto-generate the system.out.println statement. We are able to duplicate the lines. Instead of writing the line multiple times, we are able to write the same line once more, which is very nice, Till now, I think with the shortcuts, I'm able to code faster, right? Which is very good, because the whole point is how fast are we able to do the things, right? We are able to do faster things in IntelliJ. By the way, we learned only a few shortcuts. There are so many others which I'll be teaching every day as our day-to-day coding practices proceeds. Okay, but for now we are able to do all this. Now I want to run this. I want to run my first program. By the way, before this, I have to compile it, right? Before this, I have to compile it, right? Before this, I have to compile it. So is it compiled already? Is it compiled already? Let me check. Let me check. So we have, we have something like this. We have something like this. I want to go to my first program. I'd like to say right click, open in Explorer. So when I do this, when I do this, do I have anything that is created over here? I don't have anything that is created over here. It is just dot idea. It is just dot idea, and I don't have anything over here. So which means it is not compiled yet. Is it? Let's let's try to see that. Now, what I would like to do is there are two play symbols, right? On line number 1, on line number 2. So there are two play buttons, right? I want to play, or I want to run my Java program. I want to run on my Java program. Generally, if I click on running the main method, because main method is called by JVM and I want to run this. I want to run this main method. So I want to click here. I want to click here. When I click here, what happens is it is trying to run. It is trying to run. So I want to run my first program, right? I click over here. I click over here, and internally, you can see at the bottom, it is trying to build something. It is trying to build something, right? It is trying to build something. And in a while, it is doing some pre-compile tasks. Since this is the first program that we are going to do for today, it is taking a little bit more time. It is taking a little bit more time. But what will happen is, eventually we'll be able to see the output. Yeah, you can see. Give me a second. It's trying to build. It is taking more time. It's taking more time. I have to close the unnecessary applications. Generally, it doesn't take so much of time, but since we are doing it for the first time, it is taking so much time to actually build the things. Okay, resolving SDKs, starting my first program, and you can see that yes. So after so long wait, since this is the first time that IntelliJ has worked for us today, okay, because I created the first program, I created everything with a new directory, it is taking so much of time. So you can say, but this is not the case from next on. Okay, so here what is happening is I'm able to see my first program and I'm able to see I'm using Java IntelliJ. Give me a second. Okay, I'm using Java IntelliJ. I'm using Java IntelliJ. By the way, this is very good. This is very good. The reason is because I'm able to directly print, right? Previously, we had two steps, right? Previously, we had two steps, Java C, class name.java. And then we had other step where we had to actually, say Java class name because we want to run the Java program. Now, now, now we have that also all going good because my first Java program and I'm using IntelliJ IDEA. This both got printed just like that, right? Now, sir, previously you showed us, you showed us that after we compile, give me a second. After we compile, we had a dot class file that got generated, right? Dot class file that got generated, right? That is internal. Is that happening even in IntelliJ IDEA also? Is that happening in IntelliJ also? Is that happening in IntelliJ also? Let's try to see. Let's try to see. So I want to go and say open in Explorer. Previously, if you remember, before we had run, there was nothing here. But now after I run, a new folder that got generated with the name out, with the name out. So when I go here, it says production, Mercy 2025. And my first program dot class file, it is generated on 810. It is generated on 810. The point is this is my first program and that is created on 810, 8 hours, 10 minutes. So, sir, this is the dot class file. So which means I think it is an out production Mercy 2025. I think you can see this out production Mercy 2025. By the way, this is a file that we were not able to understand, right? We were not able to understand, right? So if you remember, if I have to open this dot class file, previously I told this or I tried to do that, we were not able to understand all these are special characters. Okay. All these are some special characters we are not able to understand. But will IntelliJ understand? Will IntelliJ understand this dot class file? Will IntelliJ understand this dot class file? Try to double click on this. If I double click on this, it is trying to open. It is trying to open my dot class file. By the way, you can see it is able to understand, it is able to understand my first program. It is able to understand my first program. But here, there are some things. It has commented. IntelliJ is commenting something. What is this thing? Source code recreated from a dot class file by IntelliJ IDEA. It is powered by Fernflower decompiler. So there is a software called decompiler, Fernflower software decompiler, Java decompiler. By using that, IntelliJ is able to understand the dot class file and it is able to give us the output. Is this the exact code? If you see, I did not write this first, my first program, this method, this constructor I have not written, but IntelliJ IDEA has generated it. What is this and why did it got generated? I'll be teaching it to you all in the later sections. But for now, you understand that a dot class file gets generated in this out folder, And if I double click on it, IntelliJ is able to open it. IntelliJ is able to understand it. We are not able to understand it. That's fine. But IntelliJ is able to understand it. And in the comments, it is saying it is using a particular decompiler. It is using a particular decompiler. So this is how IntelliJ is making our lives little bit more simpler, or we are able to take the things, we are able to take the things, we are able to do the things, we are able to actually reduce the number of steps that are required for us to start coding. So using an IDE is also a skill, right? Not just writing code, but using an IDE is also a skill. I know most of the students, you do not have a laptop with you, or if you have it, if you have the system that is available for you in the college, right? You can use or you can install this IntelliJ idea and start using this so that you will get well versed uh, with practicing in an IDE. But my my suggestion for many of you is try writing the code. First, be very confident on writing the code on piece of paper in your notebooks, and only then you jump into all this. And when you start using the shortcuts, right? Sometimes in interviews, they would like to say, okay, write a hello world, write a Java program to print my first program. If you just accustom yourself to writing all these shortcuts, then you will forget that it is public static void main, it is system.out.println. So the thing is, you have to have all these small syntaxes at least on your fingertips. You by hat it, you mug up it, whatever. But there are a few things that should be there on your fingertips for sure. For sure. Okay, this is something that I wanted to highlight in today's class. By the way, I do not want to add more complexity in our today's class. What I'd like to do is I have something like this. Let me go to my downloads. Let me go to my downloads. So here, give me a second. Okay. Maybe what I'll do is I'll be sharing you one shortcuts PDF. There are so many shortcuts. There are so many shortcuts for IntelliJ IDEA, but no problem. Don't be scared by seeing that many shortcuts. We'll be using a very few of them because even after having so many years of experience, even I do not use uh, the shortcuts, that many shortcuts. So we'll be using a few in our day-to-day programming, which I'll be telling you and would be writing all this in the notes as well. So the point is we can give me a second. The point is just say yeah. Let me stop recording.